All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the DFS experience for Saturday, April 20th. Only a four-game slate, start of the playoffs. We're going to get in and get out because this game starts like 1 o'clock East Coast time, which is not very long from now. So we're going to start with point guard Jalen Brunson. Not too cheap. He's too cheap, but the problem is you got all the studs. Like, all the reliable studs are on this slate. Like, this is a slate. So this ain't gonna be easy. Telling you that right now, because I already built a FanDuel lineup, and it was hard for me. And when I say hard, that means you're leaving out people that you know are gonna drop 50 fantasy points. So this is gonna be the slate of all slates. Uh, you got fire up Brunson because Brunson's reliable. He's gonna put the team on his back, and him and Embiid are gonna go. I think I made an Embiid Brunson lineup if I'm not mistaken, or I could be lying. I don't know if I was able to fit both of them in. No, I probably FanDuel you could do stuff like that. But it's definitely going to be back and forth with Brunson and Embiid. I like Brunson a lot, but like I said, all the studs are playing, so it's going to be tough. Booker's in play 8,800. These are the games where you could get him and Edwards going back and forth. So there's a lot of scenarios. There's a lot of game scripts, but there's a lot of studs. Mitchell 8.5. He's going to be quiet. When I say quiet, he's going to be underowned because people are going to overlook him. Maxey's going to be overlooked because of Embiid. Jamal Murray's too cheap, 7'6", Laker killer. We all know that. Fire him up. Find a way to shove him in your lineup. Garland in play 6.9, been decent second half of the season. Russell's my guy, 6.6K. Defensive liability, but if he gets hot, game over. He's in play too cheap for his upside. Bradley Beal's been playing well since coming back from injury. All these guards are playing well, or have been playing well. Reeves is too cheap for his upside, but he's part of a big four, and I put him in a big four because he does what he's supposed to do. And on another team with less stars, he'd be a problem. You put him on Utah, he's a problem. Levert, Levert's been playing well too, even with Mitchell being back. Conley's been playing well since when Carl Thomas, what am I talking about? Since Carl Anthony Towns was out, and I don't like playing Conley, but he's been playing well. Now these are the guys I don't think I'm gonna be getting to, but you never know, especially if you're building multiple lineups. Suggs, Anthony Lowry, they're in the player pool. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna get to him. If I had to pick one, it'll be Suggs. If I needed $100, I'd play Anthony. But if Lowry starts and he's on the court, he's there for the playoffs. So Kyle Lowry should be in play, and he's a little bit cheaper than those guys. Now that I think about it, Kyle Lowry, he's not as bad as he looks, especially if he hits a few threes. But if he starts, he's absolutely in play. It's going to be very hard to roster him on a slate like this, but he's going to give you the value that you need, and you're just praying he hits a few threes and grabs a few steals. You feel me? I don't think I need McBride off the bench. Nah, I don't think I'm going to play McBride off the bench. The rest of these guys I'm not going to be touching. Maybe Dinwiddie if I'm drunk, but I won't be drunk at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Let's go to shooting guard. Anthony Edwards is in play because he feels like he's very confident in his ability, and he wants to be the best. It's the playoffs, so I expect him to show us that. 9K in play. DiVincenzo's too cheap, absolutely in play. Kelly Oubre. Kelly Oubre's in play, but Joel Embiid's usage is like out of this world. So I'm scared to play other Sixers when Embiid is on the court. And in the playoff game, that should be close. Embiid is going to have the ball the whole game. Strus, Grayson Allen are in play. KCP's in play. I prefer him over Buddy Hield. And the rest of you guys I won't be touching. Let's go to small forward. Braun 9-4, a little bit too cheap for his upside. As long as he's healthy, you got to play him. He's too cheap. Josh Hart's in play. Only problem is him and OG kind of do the same things. Josh Hart just like a rebounded machine, but you got OG's going to be taking open shots and getting blocks and all that. So that's going to take away a little bit from Josh Hart. That's the only problem I have with him. Franz Wagner, if he wants to wake up and join us, he can. He's too cheap for his upside. Michael Porter's in play, Laker killer. You know they like to give up the 3 ball. OG's too cheap. Might lock him in. This is his time to play, get rebounds, get stocks, hit open threes. Listen, if I'm a GM, I have to have OG on my team. That's the type of player he is to me. The rest of these guys I probably won't be touching. Nang, Kyle Anderson, they're in the player pool, but I'm not going to get to them. All right, before we start with Power Forward, if you're new here, welcome. Appreciate you taking the time to watch my video. If you're not subscribed, hit the bell, thumbs up the video. If you need help with lineups, you want me to send you my finalized optimal lineup right before lock, check out the Patreon link in the description. You could also get lineups out of my channel memberships, the silver and gold ones, and super chats are open also. Let's go to Power Forward. AD 9-3, way too cheap for his upside. Obviously, he's hearing the rumbling about he can't beat Jokic, and Jokic has his number. AD should really come out a ball of fire. You know what I'm saying? That's what he should do. He's been playing well all season. I'm not going to knock him, but he should come out on a mission. If I'm playing multiple lineups and I'm playing 3 lineups, AD's got to be in one of them. Maybe he's in my main lineup. Not too sure yet. But AD's absolutely in play. Durant's been taking that back seat to Booker. That's why he's 8,600. But you never know. He might be tired of the rumblings too. People talking about him. He can't do it without Curry. You know what I'm saying? He might want to show who he is. If I'm playing 4 or 5 lineups, I'll throw Durant in one. AD, LeBron, more priority to me. AD, LeBron, Brunson, Joel Embiid, they're more of a priority than Kevin Durant. Banchero is absolutely in play. I can see them upsetting Cleveland. Karl Anthony Towns, 7,500. I need to hear that he's not on a minutes limit. Mobley, oh man. Mobley's too cheap for his upside. 7K. If I'm playing 3 lineups, he's in one of them. Listen, you can't play everybody in one lineup. So if you got to play multiple lineups, you got to spread out your player pool. Tobias. Now, my first instinct is to fade Tobias Harris, and he'll end up having 50 DK points. But right now, he's in the player pool. I'm not interested in him. I'm just keeping it 100. Aaron Gordon didn't play. Nas Reed. Well, Nas Reed is 5,500. If Karl Anthony Towns is on a minutes limit, then Nas Reed should be in your lineups. But if Karl Anthony Towns is getting full run, maybe you could sprinkle Nas Reed here and there if you're playing a lot of lineups. But I wouldn't put him in my main lineup. Gobert's going to play a lot of minutes. Cat should play a lot of minutes if he's not on a minutes limit. And they're not going to play all 3 at once. So Hachimura, you could take shots with Hachimura, but he's like the 5th Laker that I'd want. Batum, no thank you. Jonathan Isaac to be sneaky. He should get 20 minutes. And that's the thing with Orlando. We're going into the playoffs with Orlando. And besides Banchero and Wagner, we don't know the minute. We don't know the minutes for the rest of the guys. And that's awful. And that's why they're going to get bounced. Because there's no identity there. They're just playing whatever minutes. And there's no rhyme or reason. And that's not how you win in the playoffs. We've seen that. We know Denver's rotation. We know Boston's rotation. We know Minnesota's rotation. We know Phoenix. We know all these teams' rotations. These guys are the favorite to win. But Orlando, back in the playoffs for the first time, have no real rotation. Just play anybody. Whatever. All right. I think that's it for power forward. Let's go to center. I think that's it. Where are we? Yeah, let's go to center. Let's wrap this up. Let's get out of here. Jokic. I didn't even say Jokic was a priority. Jokic is a priority. You guys know that. 11K, 11.6, a little bit too cheap. But you can't play everybody in one lineup. Jokic, Embiid, Jared Allen, Gobert, Nurkic, Hartenstein, Wendell Carter, unfortunately, all in play. Mitchell Robinson, no thank you. I'd rather play Jackson Hayes than Mitchell Robinson. Let's see if we get any type of information on Mitchell Robinson. Any type of minutes, any type of information on his minutes, because that's going to affect Hartenstein. That's all I'm really looking for. If Hartenstein is playing 30 minutes at 5K, that's as long as he stays out of foul trouble. That's a good price salary. However, that takes up a center spot. There's going to be a lot of hard decisions. You can't play everybody. That's all I got for you. Listen, I'm going to go in and get out of here. Appreciate you taking the time to watch the video. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, thumbs up the video. Check out the Patreon, linked in the description if you want me to send you my finalized optimal lineups right before lock. Channel memberships are open. Silver and gold get you lineups also. Super chats are open. Appreciate you guys watching. Hope you had a profitable Friday night. And I'll talk to you guys later. Ciao.